What's going on, YouTube? This is XpoZe, and I have a video again and again and again, and I'll keep coming out with more videos until you can't stand my videos. So how's that sound? In this one, I go 75 and 7. I believe I get 3 WartHogs, 3 VSATS, maybe even 4 VSATs, and 2 dogs. So yeah, I'm playing on this hydro map. I was just kind of screwing around with one of my buddies from school, and I ended up going in and getting a gameplay. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm definitely not here to talk about this gameplay. More along here to talk a little bit about myself and when I became a pro gamer, how I came up, pretty much giving you a background about myself, aka Phase XpoZe, whatever you want to call me. Let you know where I started and whatnot. I did one of these videos back in Modern Warfare 3, but honestly, it was so far back and the quality for the video was really bad. It was my first ever video. And I've gained a lot of subscribers and a lot of fans, I guess you'd want to say. I don't really like calling you guys my fans. I'd like to call you more guys about my homies. A lot more homies, I guess you'd say. I'm white, yes. On the way through. So I want to tell some of you newer guys that about myself. So let me start off. I originally started playing video games with my dad. My dad had always been gaming on his PC. And I was always like, what the hell are you playing? And he used to play Quake. Our favorite game to play was Doom. And he also had Duke Nukem. So we used to play computer games and all that. And then eventually one Christmas, I asked for a Xbox. And I asked for that Halo game. And that Halo game, like, you guys don't even know what it is. Or like it wasn't one of the biggest franchises for Xbox 360. Anyways, we got that game. And I literally grinded that for hours on end with my dad and my brother. And we could not get enough of it. And so I got that game, and the very second game I bought was Return to Castle Wolfenstein. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but that was also a computer game that we used to play back in the day, but it was 3D. It was one of the older version games, like the old Doom, like Doom 1 and Doom 2. That's exactly what this game was like. And we grinded, well, I grinded that game, and I met a lot of good players on that, and that's when all of a sudden we started doing clan matches. It wasn't on GB. It wasn't on. This was back in like 04, 03, guys. Whenever Xbox Live, it was the second ever Xbox Live game, so it was way long ago. And so we did clan matches, like my team versus a buddy's team, and it was pretty well known amongst the community who was the best and who wasn't the best. You hopped on that game, everybody you came into contact with, you knew from one place or another. You were like, there was a total of like 16 servers. And everybody just went to these like 3 guys servers and everybody talked. So we had this community and I was on a couple clans, whatever. I didn't take it too seriously. I eventually got into something called Ghost Recon, Advanced Warfighter, the very first one, GRAW. And I was told about GB. Me and my buddy started doing GB on that. And we were like, yo, this is pretty fun, man. And of course, Ghost Recon started to die, so we stopped playing it. That's when Halo 3 came out. Now, before I get into Halo 3, some of the guys from Return to Castle Wolfenstein became pro. Like Mr. X, formerly known as All-Star Gamer, one of the kids I knew. He is a 3-time Rainbow Six champion or 6-time Rainbow Six champion, something crazy for MLG. And Puffmaster, Mr. P from, I think, Gears of War. He was on Infinity. He was on a crazy amount of top teams, and a couple Halo teams from the leader of UTI was on it. Under the influence. So a lot of good players ended up playing that game, and that's where Fear, a little history lesson, that's where Fear originated. Renegade SR is his Twitter now, but he used to be Fear Renegade. He is the founder of Fear Gaming, the Team Fear Pro. He founded that back in Return to Castle Wolfenstein. So that's a tip I bet you guys did not know. But anyways, so Halo 2 came out, actually. And we would play that all the time. But we wouldn't play that competitive. That was just strictly playing public matches and trying to get our 50s. That's all we wanted to do. I had a 32. I looked up to SDK. It was crazy. Then eventually Halo 3 came out. Then when I was playing Halo 3, I still wasn't competing. I played the GBs and GRAW, but I didn't really ever get back into it. And one of my buddies that I used to play Return to Castle Wolfenstein told me that, oh, you should pick up COD 4, it's crazy, it's a great game, blah, blah, blah. And so I picked it up, whatever, and I was like, I'll give it a try. I fell in love with it. I told my buddy in real life, who was a really big Halo fan, that's the reason why I got in Halo in the first place, he was like, yo, I was like, yo, we should pick up this game. I already picked it up. It's great. You should pick it up. He's like, dude, I don't really like army games. He picked it up and fell in love with it too. His name was Toxic. A lot of you guys might not know him, but some of you older pros would if you do sub to me on YouTube. But a lot of the older pros would know him. And his name was Toxic IEX, and we ended up playing Call of Duty 4. We were playing pubs, and we met this guy, and he asked us if we had GBs. I kind of forgot about what GB was because it was so many years since the last time, but then I was like, yeah, oh my god, I do have one. I used to play Ghost Recon on GB once in a while. So we ended up joining a team with him, and we got really, really good. And then MLGA came around, and we ended up teaming with two guys that were pros in Call of Duty 4. One of them's name was Caliber, one of them's name was Texas Made, TX Made. And we ended up competing in the first couple MLG tournaments. The very first one we played in, we placed 5th. So that was pretty cool. There was the MLG A, B, and C. And I think there was, I forget what the rule was, but it was you can only play in one of the 3. You can't play in all 3. You can only play in either MLG A, MLG B, or MLG C. That's when those were the first Call of Duty MLG tournaments ever. So we got pretty good at that, and come around, I'd say beginning of 08, MLG announced the pro circuit ladder for Call of Duty 4. Now what it was there was 3 seasons, and they're all ladders, like a GB ladder, where you play a ladder play, then you go into playoffs, and then whoever wins the playoffs is the champion. And they did 3 of those. The team with the top 8 pro points, based off of their placings and what placings each individual player placed, would get a chance to go to a national event. Las Vegas was one of them. There was 2 of them for COD 4. One was Las Vegas, and I'm not sure where the other one was, but I know Fear actually ended up winning one, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive, I think it was IXI won the second one. Which was Rambo, Sharp, Dodgers, and yeah, it was IXI. Sharp, Dodgers, and Big Timer. And Modern Warfare 2 came out. I went right back into it. I was on a huge amount of good teams for Call of Duty 4. I never placed out of the top 8 in all of Call of Duty 4. Modern Warfare 2 came around. I was on a bunch of good teams there. Call of Duty 4, I was on something called SBN, which was myself, Rambo, Big Timer, and I forget who our 4th was. Axel. And then we went over, in Modern Warfare 2, I created Leverage, aka LVG. And we played on there, whatever. We were good, and we were on Xbox. The first PCL, it was me, Fatalize, Option, and Aches. And we ended up placing 6th, 5th in the first one. And I decided, since MLG was no longer going to be associated with Xbox and the Pro Circuit was moving to PS3, I moved over to PS3 as well. I went over there, and IXI needed a 4th player, which was Rambo, Merc, and Big Timer, so I ended up teaming with them for the first one. We ended up placing 7th, I think. And then the next PCL, I teamed with Optic. I forget what our exact placing in that was, but that roster was myself, Felonies, Fatalize, and Nate Shot. And then the third PCL was myself, Sensor, and 2 other players. Anyways, we didn't do so. I didn't end up going to Nationals event for that. I didn't play at all really in Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1. Went to an event, the first one and the last one, just for shits and giggles, really, just to have fun. Modern Warfare 3, I competed a lot, teamed with Revan and Secretly and stuff, but it was a dead game. Now I'm in Black Ops 2 and I'm ready to start. For all you guys who just subbed to my channel and just became new to my channel, I hope this gave you a little bit of a background, let you know a little bit who I am. I am a former pro from COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 and teamed on many great teams. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a like, and I hope this helps you guys out get to know me better.